so we just got a bulk submission back from PSA. This is 20 cards. I sent this out on June 23rd, and the submission was completed on August 18th, and we just got it back the other day, so it took pretty much exactly 2 months to get these back. So let's see what we're working with here. Struggling. I'm honestly very surprised this only took 2 months. I assumed it was going to take closer to 3 or 4 months, but this is great. All right, we're going to take out this paperwork. Doesn't show any extra information there. And then we got great packaging. There's a couple marks on some of them. That one's definitely the worst. These other ones might be okay, but I'm not sure about this one. We'll just have to see. So we have a nice stack here. We're going to start off with, I guess these would be backwards. Oh, okay, so they did not put these in order. Already checked the grades for these because I got upcharged on a couple. This one I actually got upcharged the most on because this one got a 10. And it turns out this card is selling for around $900 in a 10. I pulled this myself at a Steam Siege probably 4 or 5 years ago. I never once intentionally opened Steam Siege. I only ever opened it because the packs were in other collection boxes and tins and things like that. I honestly thought this card might not get a 10 because it's not perfect. As you can see, there's the tiniest bit of whitening or like edge on that bottom edge. It's super subtle though, and then I think there was maybe one very, very small spot along the top. I don't know, I'm not seeing it at the moment, but yeah, really good condition overall. Super happy with that one. So since these aren't in order, I don't know which one's gonna come next, but we have Jesse and James full art. I remember the grades for most of these. This one was surprising because it's centered really well, but for some reason it got a 9. I honestly don't know why. The back centering is solid. There's no whitening on it at all. This one may be worth cracking and resending in. But yeah, not sure why that one got a 9. Next we have the birds from the Hidden Fates ETB. This is another one where I'm not really sure why this got a 9. I mean, the bottom border is a little bit thicker than the top border, but I don't think it's off enough to merit to not get a 10. Left to right is pretty solid. And again, all of these except for maybe one card had no whitening on the back, and you can see the back is centered super well. The only thing I can see is just top to bottom is a little bit off, so this is another one that might be worth cracking and resubmitting. The interesting thing is I sent in 2 bulk orders. I sent in another order a week before this one, but that one's still in the grading process, so I'm not sure why they finished this order first when it came in later. But we have Venusaur from Celebrations. These Celebrations cards normally come in really good condition. The only thing that dings these sometimes is the centering. So this one got a 10. Not surprising, pretty happy with that one. Next we have the Greninja promo. This one has been popping off recently. This is one I graded from a collection box that I opened, and it was super clean except top border is a little thicker than the bottom border. That was really the only issue, but still got the 10. I feel like this card's gonna do really well long term. Next we have the Lucario and Melmetal. I pulled this from a tin myself. I pulled a couple copies of this, and this was by far the mintiest card in the whole submission. The centering is basically perfect and 0 whitening on it. Got the 10. Really nice card, really nice texture on it. Yeah, I really like that one. Next we have the Pikachu and Zekrom GX from Team Up. Now, I feel like the centering on the front of this one is pretty good. It's maybe a little bit off left to right, like that right border is slightly thicker than the left border. There's no whitening on the back. Again, there's really only one. Okay, well, it looks like there's a piece of dust or something in the slab there. That's not on the card. I can tell it's not on the card. That's cool, but this one got the 9. Not sure why this one got the 9. This is another one that might be worth cracking and resubmitting. Next we have the Charizard from Celebrations. Again, really clean condition, no whitening. The only issue is the top border is quite a bit thicker than the bottom border, and I'm pretty sure that's what caused it to get the 9. This one I'm kind of on the fence about cracking it and resubmitting it. It might just be too off center. Maybe if I resubmitted it like 4 or 5 times, it could eventually get the 10, but I think this is one I might just keep as a 9 for now. Next we have the Mega Charizard EX from Evolutions. Another one with really good centering. This one got the 10. Definitely stoked about that one. They printed so much Evolutions that it's hard to find really clean copies of some of these cards, but I definitely opened some packs in the past that had some really good condition cards, and this was one of them. Next, we have the Gengar EX from Phantom Forces. This card I pulled out of a Gengar EX collection box, and sometimes the promos in those older collection boxes would get indents on the sides and the top and the bottom from the way that they were packaged, but pretty happy about this one getting the 10. Yeah, really like this one. Really nice artwork. I've had this one for a long time. Very happy with that one. Next, we have the Test Tube Mewtwo from Shining Legends. Okay, so this is one where I knew this one wasn't going to get a 10 because that top border is quite a bit thicker than the bottom. Left to right's really solid. This card is infamous for having the white speckling issues on the back, and then the corners are just not great. There's maybe 1 or 2 tiny specks of whitening there. Maybe like 1 white dot there. There's basically 1 or 2 white dots in every corner. But this one got an 8. That's pretty much what I was expecting for this one, so super happy with that. Start our 8 pile here. Next we have the Reshiram Charizard GX from Unbroken Bonds. Another super clean copy. This one got the 10. Really cool artwork on these older regular GX cards. Next we have the Umbreon V alternate art from Evolving Skies. This is another one that I figured was a little too off center left to right to get the 10, so it got the 9. Probably just due to the centering, because other than that, there's really no issues with it. The back is in really good condition. Yeah, so this card and the Mewtwo are 2 cards that I knew were not going to get a 10. I figured this would get a 9, and I figured this would get... I was hoping for an 8 with this Mewtwo. I thought maybe it could get a 7, so that getting an 8 is pretty solid, and then this getting a 9 is pretty much exactly what I was expecting. The rest of these cards I was hoping to get a 10 on, though. Next, we have the Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno GX, regular GX from Hidden Fates. Another very clean copy. This one got the 10. Next, we have the second copy we sent in of the Stained Glass Birds. Really solid centering on this one. This one got the 10. Next, we have the full art Birds from Hidden Fates. Another one with pretty solid centering. Maybe a little bit off left to right, but this one still got a 10. I feel like this one is maybe even more off center than the first Stained Glass Birds that I had. That's why I was considering maybe cracking and sending that one back in. But yeah, really happy with this one. Next, we have the Blastoise from Celebrations. Another one with really solid centering. Got the 10. Pretty nice. Nice texture on that hollow pattern as well. Next, we have our second copy of the Gengar EX from Phantom Forces. Another one from the collection box, and this one also got a 10. So the fact that both of these got 10s, I'm very, very happy about that. These were both super clean copies. I wasn't sure because I don't know if you can tell from while it's in the case, but all of the edges were kind of like curved in a little bit. It looks like that's just how it was cut, like factory cut. You can kind of see it there, but that was the only thing I thought might keep it from grading well, but yeah, very happy with that one. Next, we have the Lusamine full art from Crimson Invasion, and this one got the 8. This is another one I'm very surprised about because I feel like the centering on this is really solid. It's hard to tell the top border from the bottom border just with this extra trainer supporter design on there. I don't know if the bottom of the border is technically supposed to be where that starts. So maybe that was part of why it didn't grade well, was just that bottom border being a little thicker, but there's 0 whitening on this. There's no condition issues that I was able to see. I'll have to inspect this card a little bit closer because centering on the back is really solid. Bottom border is maybe a little bit thicker than the top on the back, but nothing that's not 9 or 10 worthy. So this is the one I'm probably most likely to crack and send back in because I have no idea why this got made. This is a very clean copy, but yeah, you know, you can't win them all. And then lastly, we have the Raichu GX promo from Shining Legends. This one got a 9. This one I was kind of stretching for a little bit. I figured it might, but probably just due to that top border being thicker. That's really the only thing with this card. The centering on the back is pretty solid. I kind of wanted to see how strict PSA would be with measuring the borders for these cards. Because for these GX cards, it's not where the black border is, it's the silver border behind it that they measure the centering based off of. And as you can see for this one, it's pretty off. But yeah, that's really the only thing with this one. So we have 12 10s, 6 9s, and 2 8s. Again, these were the only 2 cards I knew for sure that weren't going to grade 10s. But either way, 60% 10 ratio, not a bad submission. The only grade I'm really surprised by is this Lucamine. This one I'm more than likely going to crack and resubmit. And then out of the 9s, this one I was stretching a little bit with the centering. This one I was also stretching a little bit with the centering. This one I still think has pretty solid centering. I'm not sure why this one didn't get a 10. I want to compare this one to the other full art birds real quick, just based off of the centering. And this is another one where I'm not really sure why it got the 9. So those 2 I think I'm going to resubmit. This one. These might be the only 2 that didn't grade 10s that I might not resubmit. But yeah, check out the centering on these 2. I feel like these 2 have pretty similar centering top to bottom. And then left to right, this one's thicker on the right side and thinner on the left side. Like, look how thin that border is on that left side. But that still got a 10. This one, I feel like left to right is better than this one. So I feel like this one has better centering than this one. So I'll have to look it over, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna resubmit this guy also. So yeah, just going over the 10s again. Very happy about all of these. This is pretty accurate of submission result that I was expecting. You know, you can't win them all, but all of these cards I've had for a really long time, and I was pretty thorough with my pre-grading. So I feel like this is a very solid bulk submission return. You know, I feel like this Greninja has the most upward trajectory in the near future. I just bought the Kingdra to go along with it for $220 right before it shot up to about $400 right now. And then I feel like the Celebrations cards are going to have a lot of room to run in the near future as well. And then this is the most expensive card out of the submission. Again, this is the only one that got upcharged to like $59, $60, whatever it was. Again, very happy with these results. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed, if you could like and subscribe. I'll be doing another PSA return video in the next couple weeks because I have another submission that should be returning in the next couple weeks. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.